Hello friends, and welcome back to Unbound Learners. How was your weekend? That's so nice to hear. Are you ready to sing our good morning song together? Let's make our arms into a big circle out in front of us like this. Now let's raise that circle up, up, up over our heads and give a little stretch from one side. Stretch over to the other side. Bring that circle up to the top and back down in front like this. And now it's time to sing together. If you know the words, sing along with me. Here we go. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day so far. Let's jump right into circle time with the calendar and weather chart behind me. Now the first thing that we do is start off with the date. And when we say the date, we begin with the month. The month is right up here. Do you know what the month is? March! That's right, friends. The month is March, and today is March 15th. So let's move the chip over from the 13th, that was the last time we met, to 14, 15, because today is March 15th, and right up here we have the year. Do you remember what the year is? 2021. That's right, friends. Now you can also say the year is 2021. Either way, there are a couple different ways to say the year. So let's say the date one more time all together. Are you ready? Today is March 15th, 2021. Now let me see your counting fingers like this. And let's warm them up together. We need to count all of the days that we've had so far in the month of March. So we're going to start up at the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have had 15 days so far in the month of March. Friends, I need to see your fingers again, but this time, can I see 7 fingers? Let's start with one hand. One hand only has 5 fingers. We need 2 more fingers to make 7 because we are going to sing the Days of the Week song, and our week has 7 days. If you know the words, sing along with me. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's travel down to the bottom of the chart, right here. Does anybody remember what the day was yesterday? I'll give you a clue, and you can say it out loud with me. Yesterday was Sunday. Yesterday was Sunday, the last day of the weekend. So that means that today is Monday. Today is Monday, the first day of the weekday. And if today is Monday, that means that tomorrow will be Tuesday. That's right, friends. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. But let's go back to today and let's sing Today is Monday together. It goes like this. Today is Monday, today is Monday, today is Monday, all day long. Today is Monday, today is Monday, today is Monday, all day long. Friends, let's travel back up to the top of the chart. Right up here, we have the season. Do you know what the season is? Winter! That's right. It's winter time, but not for much longer. In a couple of days, we will say goodbye to the winter, and we will say hello to a brand new season. Do you know what season will come next? Spring! That's right, friends. Spring will come next. Spring is on Saturday. So let's count how many days are left in the winter until springtime comes. We'll start on today. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 4 more days left in the winter time, and then it will be spring on Saturday, a brand new season. Friends, let's sing the weather song together. If you know the words, you can sing along with me. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Do you see my picture down here? This is a picture of what I see when I look outside of my window. So when I look outside of my window, it's a beautiful sunny day. The sky is nice and clear and blue, and the sun is shining. But look at my temperature chart, friends. It's back on dark blue. It's back to cold weather. Last week, the temperatures were up, and we had some signs of spring where I live. But not today. It's back to cold temperatures. What's the weather like where you live? Go ahead and look out your window and let me know what you see. Thanks for sharing the weather with me. Let's move on to the letter of the week. So because we're starting a brand new week, we have a brand new letter to talk about. Take a look at this letter. This letter makes 2 sounds. The first sound is a short sound. The short sound sounds like this. Can you make that sound with me? Now, the second sound is a long sound that sounds like this. You. Can you make that sound with me? You. Now, do you know what letter this is? U. That's right, friends. This is a lowercase u. And U makes a short sound, and a long sound, U. Are you ready to guess what's inside of the mystery box today? So, this is something that is too big to fit inside of the mystery box, but instead, I will give you clues, and after you guess, I will show you what it is. It's hiding right behind the calendar and weather chart. So right behind the calendar and weather chart, I have something that makes the sound and starts with the letter U. Here's your first clue. This is something that you use outside on rainy days. You use this to keep your body dry. Do you have any ideas as to what it can be? Let's take a look. Do you see what I have, friends? This is an umbrella. Umbrella starts with the letter U. And this umbrella would be used outside on a rainy day to keep my body nice and dry. Umbrella starts with the letter U. Let's move on to the number of the week. We have a brand new number to talk about. This is a double-digit number. Do you know what number this is? 15. That's right, friends. This is the number 15. And 15 is a double-digit number because when you write the number 15, you have to write 2 numbers. First, you have to write this number. Can you show me with your fingers if you know what number this is? 1. That's right. And after you write the number 1, you write this number. Can you show me with your fingers if you know what number this is? 5. When you write 15, you write the numbers 1, 5. Now, let's count 15 tally marks together. I'll draw them on the bottom of the chalkboard and we can count together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes across, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at this, friends. We have groups of 5. How many groups of 5 do you see? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3. 3 groups of 5 make 15. Now, I wonder what I'll find inside of the number box to count today. Let's take a look. Ooh, I have a bunch of small sticks, also called twigs. I'm going to line them up on top of the box, similar to the tally marks, and we can count them together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes across, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 goes across. 15 twigs. Now that we went over the letter and the number of the week, it's time to go over the sign of the week. And this week, I'm going to teach you how to say please in sign language. Now remember, sign language is a language that uses hand gestures and facial expressions to communicate instead of speaking out loud. So this is how you say please in sign language. You're going to take your right hand like this and place a flat palm on your chest. And you're going to move it in a circular motion clockwise, like this. Please. Let's try that one more time. Take your right hand and put it flat against your chest. Now move it in a circle clockwise. Please. Last week we discussed habitats and homes, and this week we're going to move our focus to community helpers. But what do I mean by that? Well, a community is a group of people that live in the same place. Maybe you live in a city and your community would be all of the people who live in that city with you. Or maybe you live in a small town, so your community would be smaller. I live in the country and I consider my community to be my neighbors who live on the same street as me. Even though communities are different, there are still some similarities. Like most communities have a grocery store, and a school, and a fire station, and a hospital. And the people who work in those places are called community helpers. Now, inside of the mystery box, I have an example of a community helper. I'm going to give you some clues, and I wonder if you can guess the type of community helper that is inside. All right, friends, are you ready for your first clue? So, this community helper works in a medical office. This community helper will take your measurements, check your pulse, listen to your heartbeat, all before the doctor comes in to see you. Do you know what community helper it is? Let's take a look. Do you see what I have here? This is a thermometer. A thermometer is used by a nurse, and nurse is the community helper for the day. A nurse is a community helper who helps people who are sick. Let's go over some other tools that nurses may use during a medical visit. Do you see what I have here? This is a little light. Now this little light is used to look inside of your ears, look at your eyes, and sometimes even down your throat. Inside of the mist, a thermometer. Nurses also use thermometers because they need to check your temperature to see if you have a fever or not if you're sick. Nurses also use this tool. Do you know what this is called? This is called a stethoscope. These parts go on your ears like this, and then the nurse will take this part and hold it to your heart or sometimes on your back and ask you to take a deep breath in order to check your heartbeat. Nurses will also use this tool. This is called a syringe, and a syringe can be used to give you medication. Let's move on to the work for the day. For today's work, we are going to be doing a water transferring activity. So you will need 2 bowls or cups. This one I filled about 1/4 of the way with water, and the second bowl is empty. You will need a clean plastic syringe or an eyedropper or pipette, a small cloth or sponge, and food coloring would be optional. Now, these tools, syringes, pipettes, and eyedroppers, are often used by nurses, and they work in different ways. So let me show you how this syringe works. As you can see, this first bowl has water in it, and I want to transfer the water from this bowl to the other bowl using the syringe. Do you see this little plastic part on top? This pulls out like this. That is how I'm going to collect the water. And then when I want to transfer the water into the second bowl, I'm going to push back down like this. So let's try that again. I'm going to take my syringe, dip the little tip into the water, pull up on the back, and as you can see, there's water inside of the syringe now. And when I push back down, the water goes into the second bowl. Let's use a little food coloring so that we can see that water transfer a little bit better. I'm going to add a couple of drops of green, mix it up a little bit, and let's try that again. So this tip of the plastic syringe is going to go into the water. I'm going to pull up on the back part like this. So pull up with one hand and hold the syringe steady with the other. Pull up. And now you can see that green water is inside of the plastic syringe. I'm going to bring the syringe to the second bowl, push down, and there it goes into the second bowl. So that's how a syringe works. Now, pipettes or eyedroppers work a little bit differently, but you can still do this water transferring activity. Instead of pulling and pushing down on the end, you're going to put the tip into the water and you're going to squeeze up at the top. When you squeeze and then let go, the water should fill up inside of the pipette. Let's take a look. So dip that little tip into the water, squeeze the top, keep it in the water, and let go. And the water is inside. When I bring it over to the second bowl and squeeze, the water empties out into the second bowl. And that's how to transfer water from one bowl to the other using a plastic syringe or a pipette or eyedropper. Let's get back to circle time. Welcome back to circle time, friends. Today we learned about a nurse, and a nurse is a type of a community helper that helps people who are sick. Let's go over some of the tools again that a nurse may use during a checkup. Do you remember what this is for? This is a little flashlight used to look at your eyes, inside of your ears, or down your mouth. What about this tool? A thermometer. That's right, friends, and a thermometer checks your temperature. What about this tool? What is this called? A stethoscope. You're right. And a stethoscope checks your heartbeat. Nurses will also use eyedroppers or syringes like this in case you need some medication. Thanks for learning with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gaining access to bonus features for your child. Before we go, we have one last song to sing. Can you wave goodbye like this? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Thanks for learning with me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, friends.